In the heart of Viridiana stood an opulent mansion, recently acquired by the enigmatic and affluent woman, Serafina Montague. Her sudden rise to prominence had become the talk of the town, with whispers of her lavish lifestyle and mysterious past circulating among the elite. Years prior, Serafina had been known as Sarah Miller, a modest seamstress struggling to make ends meet. Her days were filled with toil, and her nights with dreams of a life far removed from her own. The city's aristocracy often overlooked her, and some even ridiculed her humble existence. Among these were her former mother-in-law, Lady Beatrice Worthington, and her ex-husband, Charles Worthington, who had abandoned her in pursuit of a more suitable match. One evening, during a family gathering at the Worthington estate, Sarah had been summoned by Lady Beatrice. The grand drawing room, adorned with portraits of the Worthington lineage, felt imposing as Sarah entered, her hands nervously clasped. "Sit down," Lady Beatrice commanded, her tone icy. Sarah complied, sensing the weight of impending reproach. "Sarah," Lady Beatrice began, her gaze piercing. "It's time we address certain concerns."
Concerns, Lady Beatrice?
Yes, concerns. Your background, for one. A seamstress's daughter, hardly befitting the Worthington name. Sarah's cheeks flushed with embarrassment.
I've always done my best to uphold the family's honor.
Your best? Gossip has reached me, Sarah. Whispers of impropriety. Are you aware of the damage such rumors can inflict?
Rumors? I assure you, I've done nothing.
Enough! I've had private investigators look into your past. There are allegations, Sarah. Theft from your previous employer, inappropriate relations. Do you deny these? Tears welled in Sarah's eyes.
Those are lies. I've never.
Spare me your theatrics. Whether true or not, the mere hint of scandal is unacceptable. I will not have my son's reputation tarnished by your sordid past.
Please. Lady Beatrice. I've been faithful to Charles and this family.
Faithful? I've seen the way you look at other men, the way you flaunt yourself. It's disgraceful. Sarah's heart shattered at the false accusations, the sting of injustice cutting deep. Lady Beatrice continued coldly. I've made arrangements. You will leave this house, and in return, I will ensure you're provided for. But you are never to contact Charles or any member of this family again. Do I make myself clear? Choking back sobs, Sarah nodded.
Yes, Lady Beatrice.
Good. Now, gather your things and go. Your presence here is no longer required. As Sarah left the room, the weight of Lady Beatrice's words bore down on her, the pain of betrayal searing into her memory. Fate, however, had other plans. An unexpected inheritance from a distant relative transformed Sarah into Serafina Montague, a woman of considerable wealth and influence. With her newfound status, she meticulously planned her re-entry into the society that once scorned her. Serafina decided to host a grand masquerade ball, an event that would surpass all others in splendor and extravagance. The guest list was curated with precision, ensuring the inclusion of those who had belittled her, as well as influential figures who now sought her favor. Invitations were sent to Lady Beatrice, Charles, and other members of the elite who had once dismissed her. The night of the masquerade arrived, and the mansion was adorned with glittering chandeliers, exquisite tapestries, and a feast that tantalized the senses. Guests arrived in elaborate costumes, their faces concealed behind ornate masks, unaware of the true purpose behind the soiree. As the evening progressed, Serafina, dressed in a resplendent gown and a mask encrusted with jewels, observed her guests. She noted the curiosity and envy in their eyes as they marveled at her home and the opulence she now commanded. Lady Beatrice, draped in a regal ensemble, couldn't resist commenting to her companions, "Whoever this Serafina Montague is, she certainly knows how to make an impression. It's a pity we know so little about her." Charles, accompanied by his new wife, couldn't shake a sense of familiarity. "There's something about her," he mused, "something I can't quite place." At the stroke of midnight, Serafina ascended the grand staircase, capturing the attention of all in attendance. With a graceful motion, she removed her mask, revealing her identity. Gasps echoed through the hall as recognition dawned upon the faces of those who had once scorned her. "Good evening, esteemed guests," Serafina began, her voice steady and commanding. "Some of you may remember me as Sarah Miller. Tonight, I stand before you as Serafina Montague. This gathering is not merely a celebration but a testament to the capricious nature of fortune." Lady Beatrice's face paled, and Charles stood frozen, his eyes wide with shock. Serafina continued, "Life has a way of surprising you, of turning the tables when you least expect it. Let tonight serve as a reminder that kindness and humility should never be reserved for the privileged alone." The room remained silent, the weight of her words sinking in. Serafina descended the staircase, mingling with her guests, who now regarded her with a mixture of awe and remorse. As the night drew to a close, Lady Beatrice approached Serafina, her demeanor humbled. "Ms. Montague, I owe you an apology. I misjudged you." Serafina offered a gracious smile. "The past is behind us, Lady Beatrice. Let us look to the future with open hearts." Charles, too, sought her out. Serafina, I don't know what to say." "There's nothing to say, Charles," she replied softly. "We all make choices. I hope you found happiness." The masquerade became the talk of Viridiana for years to come, not just for its grandeur but for the powerful lesson it imparted. Serafina Montague had risen above her past, transforming adversity into triumph, and in doing so, reminded everyone that true worth is not measured by wealth or status, but by the strength of one's character.